Is that why every boy online wants to date me? Well, no, I'll tell you why every boy online wants to date you, Flair. I'm gonna make it very clear, right? Men are very lonely today, if I can be serious for a moment. There are statistics that actually show that women are starting to have a lot of the same problems with dating because the dating landscape has changed entirely too much today. Dating has become a lot harder. Dating apps don't work because they are designed to just sell you shit or you deal with bots and fake people all the time. Then on top of that fact too, people in the local area now have gotten a lot more picky. People just swipe left and right on each other because everyone thinks they have 10,000 options and they don't actually commit to a specific scenario. But
you just punned yourself twice.
Indeed. But the problem is that when they commit themselves to these situations, like, you know, they end up going more online. Like, I'll be real, right? Most of my serious relationships have been long distance. My first fiance was from Northern Ireland, and I was with her for 2 years. She visited me multiple times. Then, just a little recap talking about dating, my friend Jason. And then, after that, my ex-wife, I went from Canada. I was with her for 5 years. And then there was another girl who, well, she told me she loved me and she ghosted me and then took it back. And then I'll be real, right? Bottom line, like, men have a lot more loneliness than women because women tend to have more options and women also tend to have more friends usually than men. It's rare for a dude to actually have, oh, your boyfriend's in the UK? Awesome. So, like, bottom line, like, what happens is that dudes tend to be a lot more, you know, have a harder time getting a woman's attention. So the minute they see a woman who's talking to them and being friendly, the first thing they think is, well, is she being friendly or is she being flirting? And if she's flirting, maybe I can get to know her and maybe I can actually get something because people don't want to be alone. But like, yeah, I mean, like, that's why, like, too, I started to do long-distance dating as I got older because I got tired of all the fucking morons in my own area who I had nothing in common with, were way too fucking normy, and were just general assholes, and I met nicer people who lived either in other countries or other states. So, like, well, here's the thing, Hot. Like, if you want to differentiate between whether a guy should know if you're being flirty or friendly, be direct with them. Be clear. Don't beat around the bush. Don't play games with them. Be direct. Most men will definitely appreciate that because men a lot of times are afraid to really push forward because they don't want to, like, upset the girl, or they don't want the girl to think that, like, oh, well, maybe she's just being nice and maybe she doesn't actually like me, so maybe I won't push the envelope. Meanwhile, the girl is usually too afraid to open their mouth as well. So honestly, if you do like a dude and you can tell he likes you, just open your mouth and say something to him. Worst case scenario, you just get a little rejected. But yeah, also, Flair, I hope that clears up a little bit why every dude is flirting with you. Guys will flirt with almost any girl that they think that is being nice to them because we literally can't tell if a girl actually likes us or if she's just being nice. So, as long as they're not being too pushy or creepy with it, I'm just gonna say this: try and be a little patient and understanding if you can, because odds are is the dude's probably just lonely and you're being nice to him, so he probably just thinks he has a chance. My boyfriend is dating a girl IRL and I'm trying to not cry over it. Wait, what? Why?
Aww.
Why is he dating someone IRL if he's dating you?
Exactly. What? How does that work?
Because, like, I'll be real with you, right? I've dated long distance multiple times and we've both been faithful to each other. It's hard to explain over messages. Okay, I'm gonna make a guess, and you tell me if I'm correct. The guy's family doesn't know about you, and he's hiding it. So as he's hiding it, he's also dating someone else as a cover-up in the meantime, and he didn't have the strength or the will to resist his parents and tell them no. Am I in the ballpark, or is it something else? It's not really? Okay, well, in all honesty, then I'll be honest. Even though what I just described is also not an excuse, I think, it would seem somewhat more reasonable to reason out, but at the end of the day, I'll be honest, there is really, in my opinion, there is no good excuse for dating someone locally when your partner is long distance, because at the end of the day, just because they're not there in front of you doesn't mean that they don't deserve the same respect. I could call Jay and explain to her and you could listen, but I don't know. Well, I mean, that really depends if you'd be comfortable saying it on stream or not. I mean, like, if you don't want to air your business, you certainly don't have to. I mean, I'm only responding to what you've typed. You know, you don't have to air your dirty laundry because at the end of the day, it's nobody's business. But no, like, legitimately, yeah, I mean, I don't care. Like, if you call someone your boyfriend or girlfriend, then have some loyalty. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care what the reasons are. That's not. There's no justifiable excuse for that kind of infidelity. There isn't. If you wouldn't
I
do,
don't care, to be honest. I'll send a voice message to Jay. Okay.
nah, that's a shitty situation, and I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Yeah, I can relate to that, Hot. I don't like being lonely either. But like I said, sometimes there's nothing you can do about it, and you just gotta deal with it. Yes, Hot, I'm sure I can find someone to go out with, but I don't want just anybody. I mean, if I wanted just anybody, it would have been pretty easy. Getting women's attention is not hard for me. Like, I get attention from women, but it's like, you want someone who's right for you. You don't want just anybody. You want someone who's right for you, someone who understands you, someone who appreciates you, someone who's there for you when you're upset, someone you can talk to, someone you can share common interests with, someone you can work through problems and conflicts with. That's what you want. You don't want just anybody just because you're lonely.
Friends did. I don't think that's right.
What, you mean one of your friends wanted someone, just got someone just because they were lonely and that's that?
Yes.
Well, legitimately, yeah, like, unless they're upfront with the other person about that, yeah, it's not right. But yeah, that's why I'm saying it's like, I could just get someone easily. That wouldn't be the problem, but I don't want that. If I wanted that, I would have already had someone like 2 or 3 years ago. I didn't. I'm very picky. I'm very picky with who I choose.
He thinks online dating is different than in real life. So it's like, okay, he has one partner, and one in real life and one online.
So let me ask you, in all seriousness, does this make you feel like you're less important because he said that to you? Because you're long distance? Because I'll be real with you, I don't like the term IRL, or, okay, Flair, I tend to give people a lot of advice, so I hope this doesn't overstep a boundary considering you have shared, so I'm gonna say some things that I think you need to hear.
There was more, but I'll let you rant.
If it'll help, you can add unless you want me to go. Your call.
It's almost done, so.
Okay. I'll say what I'm gonna say then as soon as Jay finishes with the rest of that. So, yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of angry for you because
he said he does love him though, like a lot.
Okay, but I'm gonna make a point. Actions speak louder than words. And
I see. Okay.
a person can tell you that, you know what? Hang on. In all seriousness,
okay.
I'm gonna turn off my music for a second because I want.
I didn't know you had music.
Yeah. I want this to be clear for a second. So,
okay.
A person can tell you they love you all they want. At the end of the day, if they don't actually back it up with the actions behind it and really commit to you, then it doesn't mean much after a while. You could tell someone you love them and care about them till you're blue in the face, but if they're not actually willing to take that next step or treat you the way you should be treated and value you, that's not honest love. And to have the mentality that you're online so you're less real or less valid is incredibly insulting and stupid. And I say this because people who use the term IRL, I'm sorry, I don't care if your friends are not in front of you, they're still real. You're behind a computer screen and you're real, aren't you? So are they. Your partner is the same way if they're long distance too. If you have relatives who don't live locally, maybe they live in a different part of your state or a different country even, right? Are they still your family or not? Bottom line, there is no such thing as online people. There is no such thing as in real life people. All of us are real. All of us are people. We all matter. Our emotions matter. And our connections should matter. And everyone deserves honest, real love and loyalty, regardless of where they are located. So legitimately, my honest opinion, if he really loves you and really values you, he should not be basically forcing you into what I would consider a poly relationship. That's basically what the equivalent of this is. It's like a love triangle. It's not right, it's wrong, it's unfair to you. I cannot tell you what to do, and I will not. But what I can suggest is you think you need to have a talk with your boyfriend, if you haven't already. Tell him how you feel. And I think you either need to get this worked out, or you need to find someone who will treat you better and more respectfully and give you their whole self. He's not giving you all of him, and you deserve all of him, honestly. So, take that for what you will, and this goes for anybody else too. If you engage in a long distance, you don't want to sound clingy, this is not, I'll be real with you. Personally, I like clingy. A lot of men actually like clingy. You know why? Because it tells me that this person really loves me, this person really wants to be around me all the time, and they actually, enjoy my company. And this is not even like a bad type of clingy. This, if you want to call this clingy, then it's still a reasonable clingy. What you're doing, all you're doing is demanding the same level of respect and love that you deserve. You wouldn't do this to him. It's not right that he's doing it to you. It should be equal. Equal communication, equal love, equal respect, and above all else, and I am super big on this word, loyalty. There's a lot of things that someone can do and say to me that I will put up with, but disloyalty and disrespect is not one I will tolerate, and no one should tolerate that either. You don't deserve this. It's not fair to you. All right, she's going to send something else to you too, Jay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if I'm really honest, like, I'm being polite, but this does disgust me. It actually makes my stomach sick to, like, see someone doing this. Like, God. I'm sorry. Again, like, it... Fucking hell. Let me put my music back on there. If there is more that's valid to respond to, I certainly will, but yeah, I hope what I've said helps you at all, Flair, because you deserve a lot better. You really do. I may not know you that well, but anyone deserves better than that.